Konnichiwa everybody, and welcome to my review of the Japanese Grand Prix, the home Grand Prix for Yuki Tsunoda and the Honda power unit, because it's the Honda test track at Suzuka. And now, let's talk about qualifying. And it's a tough day for Logan Sargent because he crashed out in qualifying once again, and he's been having a real tough season for Williams. And to make it even harder for him, he has to start from the pit lane, and he has a 10-second penalty during the race. But the most impressive thing in qualifying is Max Verstappen's incredible half a second distance ahead of second best Oscar Piastri, who has become the first rookie to be in the front row since Lance Stroll at Monza in 2017. And his teammate Lando Norris is P3 at qualifying, and it's another 2-3 for McLaren, just like the British Grand Prix. And it's been a crazy start for Williams, and especially for Valtteri Bottas. He had contact with Alex Albon on the start of the race, but also he had contact by another Williams, Logan Sargent, and he charged down the inside, failed to overtake, and collided with Valtteri Bottas and retired once again and damaged the car again. And I don't know why Logan Sargent's been making so many errors, so many mistakes, and he's costing Williams a lot of money. I mean, Alex Albon, he's been doing all the hard work through the entire season, and Logan Sargent, he was like nowhere. And if he wants to keep his seat for next season, he really does need to do a lot better than this by scoring points and proving that he's good enough to keep the seat. But as for Valtteri Bottas, he retired after colliding with Alex Albon. The car was too damaged to continue, so it's been a really hard time for him. And Alex Albon, he retired later on in the race. But McLaren have done an incredible job. They started fantastic. They almost got the chance of taking the lead from Max Verstappen, just like the British Grand Prix, but they were still racing for second and third. And Oscar Piastri, I think we have to agree, he was definitely the star of the race. He did so well keeping that podium after losing at the British Grand Prix. It wasn't his fault, it's just when the situation has changed, but it hasn't for Oscar this time. He stayed where he was, and well done to him. And he has become the 11th driver out of the 22 who've competed in the season who scored a podium. That's 50% of all the drivers that competed this year. That is incredible. We haven't seen so many drivers on the podium, not since like 2009. This is an absolute crazy season, seeing so many people on the podium. And Oscar Piastri, well done you for being the first rookie to be on the podium for his first season since Lance Stroll in 2017 at the Baku Grand Prix. But there hasn't been some good teamwork for other teams like Mercedes, who have been arguing for position, like George Russell, who's been trying to overtake Lewis Hamilton, but they just keep pushing each other off, and George has no idea if they should be racing or not. And I don't think that Mercedes have got it all correct, and I'm not sure why they didn't think of putting to see which driver could be the fastest, and if the driver in front is not, they should let the other pass. It's like a Rosberg and Hamilton season all over again, and what it did is bring Ferrari more into the fight for the Constructors' Championship by letting Charles Leclerc overtake the both of them, and Carlos Sainz, he was able to overtake one of the other Mercedes. So bad day for Mercedes, but more of a good day for Ferrari, and they did quite well. But it's just another dramatic moment for Mercedes, but another chance for Ferrari to get closer to the Constructors' Championship for second, and who knows how it's going to turn out at the end. And what is going on with Sergio Perez, because he has been making a lot of mistakes through this season, and he made the exact same copy as the last Grand Prix at Singapore with Alex Albon, but this time it's with Kevin Magnussen on lap 12 by making a late lunge on the hairpin, spun Magnussen around, and then Sergio Perez retired from the race, and he did have a 5-second penalty that he did not take. But for some reason, he decided to go out again on lap 40 just so he could not get that penalty. I mean, isn't that right? Is that part of the rules? I don't know. And for some reason, Sergio Perez was out. He did do a few laps and then retired again. 2 DNFs in one race? What is going on? And once again, and I think you all know who has won the Grand Prix. Yes, it is Max Verstappen for the 13th time of the 16 races of the season. Well done to him again. But Lando Norris, he takes his 4th podium, and the 4th time this season he is 2nd place. He's never been anywhere else on the podium this year. That is so strange. He always gets 2nd on the podium at the moment. And it's Oscar Piastri who takes his 1st podium of his career. Well done to him. That is where he should have been at the British Grand Prix, but then it was taken by Lewis Hamilton due to a change of the situation from the safety car. And speak of Lewis Hamilton, he is P5 behind Charles Leclerc in P4, Carlos Sainz in P6, George Russell in P7, Fernando Alonso, who's trying to keep Aston Martin ahead of McLaren, in P8, and then it's the 2 Alpines, Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon. And Red Bull Racing have won their 6th Constructors' Championship of their career, and they have done it so well. They even already got their t-shirts and flags ready to celebrate, like they knew they were going to get it, and it was going to happen sooner or later because they were so well ahead of Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston Martin, all the other teams. But it would have been much quicker if Sergio Perez was much closer to Max Verstappen, but it wasn't meant to be for some reason, and he's made multiple mistakes. But at least they have won the Constructors' Championship, and now all they need to do is to help Max Verstappen win his 3rd world title so they could have a Constructors' and Drivers' World Championship. And that's it for my review of the Japanese Grand Prix. Arigato for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and who knows what will happen at the Qatar Grand Prix. Will Max Verstappen win the World Championship for the 3rd time? Well, of course he would. I mean, that is definitely happening. And will McLaren be able to beat Aston Martin for the Constructors' Championship? And who's going to be 2nd in the Constructors? Mercedes or Ferrari? We'll find out soon. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my other accounts down below.